All right. Hey, it's Austin Live and Local back at it again. Trenton here.
Brian and Joaquin.
What's good, y'all?
Hey, we're doing a special episode this weekend. We're going to cover a human influence event that's coming up this week. We're going to talk with Joaquin, special artist.
It's just Joaquin. That's
Joaquin?
Yeah.
Joaquin, pronounced Joaquin, spelled a little different. Brian, what do you got going on this week?
We're gonna be live streaming the event. We're gonna be at the 21st Co-op. What time does it start? We're at
like 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
It is a free event. Come through, check it out. There's also the open mic on a Sunday at the Genuine Joe. I believe it's actually Saturday and Sunday. They got a free open mic event. So go on, check that out down there. Sign up for it. And yeah, that's about it. Doing some Common Chaos stuff. Got a couple podcast episodes coming out. One featured Caesar. You can check him out over on his Instagram, Caesar_sweet.
Hey, shout out Caesar.
He's a fucking fantastic photographer out of Austin, Texas, and he's looking to get his things going, so you can check him out. He's on Instagram, going to be getting a Twitter coming up too, and then he's on my new episode of the Common Chaos podcast. So.
That, and then there's the podcasting event that's going on this week. Have it tomorrow? Wednesday?
Yes.
Wednesday?
Yeah, being held by the guys that did the Podfather. And I'm spacing on the other one, but they're holding an event down off South Congress, and it's supposed to have a couple workshops. They're also going to be featuring an event where any local Austin podcasts that are being featured can actually get a advertising deal with a couple of companies that they go through. So
that's badass. And what about the roller derby?
Yeah, roller derby on the 28th. So next Friday.
What's a roller derby, dog?
So it's like a bunch of chicks on a skating rink going in circles, and they pretty much battle each other and wrestle, and it's really physical. They're fucking in shape. You get some chicks out there that are super athletic, and the goal is you have to relay around the rink to score points. And you can actually like bump people off. It's about how many times your team, I don't know the exact rules, but it's like how many times the team crosses the finish line in the rink, and you get to knock other members of the team down and try to like penalize them and shit. It's pretty crazy, dude. It's pretty insane.
That's some wild shit, dude.
This is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
It's absolutely insane.
In Venezuela, we used to play soccer and baseball, bro.
Soccer is fucking huge. Yes.
So you're from Venezuela?
Yeah.
Okay, original.
Yeah.
And so what started your art? What inspired you to start doing music?
So damn. I've always my whole family is a music family.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody from my mom's side at least, they all do some type of music. Like my brother can sing, play guitar, piano. Like he's a 3D animator, an illustrator, graphic designer. My mom used to sing more than a triple threat. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
So would you say he's one of your like inspirations?
Yeah, for sure. Like my brother, he's 10 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My mom's she can sing and play some instruments and stuff. So like music has always been in me. I used to like play electric guitar for a little bit when I was like 11, 12. I played drums, played the flute in school.
Okay.
I used to be in the choir.
Okay, dope. I think that's dope.
No, it is. It's
then
cool.
Then puberty happened in that part of my life, and the choir just.
You understand, especially at a younger age.
You were a soprano, become a baritone.
No, I didn't know what I was. I was just like singing.
But you get in touch with music. You get in tune with writing music, creating music, being able to play, and it's just a different.
So I moved to Houston when I was like 16, almost 17.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 24 now. I was really into rap music.
Yeah.
And like I was, I've always liked hip hop, and like I was a big fan of like Jay Dilla, all Kanye style production.
Okay.
And like this is back probably in like
Chicago, Detroit area.
2011, and like in 2011 this one was like I was like I had a MacBook, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get Ableton. So I started learning Ableton, and I like looked up like how to make samples.
Nice.
Or like chop samples like Kanye West, blah blah. Started making beats. They were just terrible.
No, you didn't like them? There wasn't something about them?
No, like it was shitty. And it wasn't music that I would listen to. I never took it far enough. Like I was just stuck in making loops. It's really easy to get stuck in like making an 8-bar loop. You're making a beat. The hard part is like structuring that like a beat and making it sound like a song.
Right.
That's like the hard part about production.
You have the idea, maybe not the whole concept laid out, and you're just
like it's really easy to make a loop. You just make a drum loop, then you add a synth, and then some keys on it, and then it's a hot beat, but you gotta make it a hot song.
Mm-hmm.
You
have some musicality.
Yeah, and like so like that wasn't happening for me at all. And like I had a birthday party, like my 22nd birthday party, and my MacBook got wet, so I left it in the kitchen playing music like a fucking idiot by the ice. It's probably my fault, but I blame whoever the people there. I don't want to.
Of course. Yeah, it's not
you know what I'm saying? So that happened. So I was like, fuck it, I stopped making beats because I wasn't even. I thought my shit was weak, and I was like, damn, I'm never gonna learn. It's gonna take years. I don't want to do this bullshit. Just being lazy. Right. This when I lived in Richmond, Houston, like in the suburbs. You know, I spent years working like minimum wage and shit. Yeah. But then in 2014, around like April, I went to like a photography meetup, like an Instagram meetup. I wasn't doing any art. Like I any type of art. Like I'm not taking pictures, nothing like that.
Fantastic artist too. He drew like this little like doodle at work the other day, and it was fantastic. It's an old dude. And it just came out of nowhere, and it looked really, really good.
It was weird.
There's probably a hidden talent there somewhere.
It was weird.
Okay, so you met up with this photographer.
Yeah, I met up with. It was this photography meetup. It's like 70 people downtown Houston walking around taking pictures. I didn't take pictures. I wasn't really doing any. I didn't have any creative outlet at the time. My homie and I were just like chilling. He saw it on Instagram, so like, yeah, let's see what this is all about.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, so like, I'm sitting there, and I always try to be fresh. I'm always like. If I die, like I'll be glad I was buried in those clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dang.
That's how when except when I'm at work, because I gotta wear the uniform. But
of course.
That's ironically that's where you go out.
yeah. So like, I was just wearing some kind of the wall clothes, and like at some point I had like 10 people taking pictures of me.
Nice.
At the same time. And I was like, this is cool. I feel kind of cool. Like, what's happening? Yes. I don't know what's happening, but yeah.
You'll mess with it.
I'm like acting smooth. I don't know how I'm playing this off. I'm just like chilling, like posting for these pictures and shit. And I'm like, this is nice. And then I see the pictures on Instagram. Oh, and like, they made a hashtag where you could look up like everybody's pictures and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, these people some people just had phones, some people just had like shitty cameras, and like the pictures were coming out crazy.
Fuck yeah.
And a year before that, my dad had gotten me a T3i because I wanted to do like music videos, but I never did anything with it. Like I literally just sat there and collected dust. And I was like, I'm gonna grab this camera and see what's good. This is like 2014. And I just like grabbed the camera. 8 months later, well, not like I don't know how many months, but it was like August 2015. I moved to Austin just because I was started Houston. Like I was uninspired in Houston. It was I just needed a change of scenery. So I like moved to Austin, and I was just taking pictures. And a month into my trip, it's when I went into my trip, and a month after I moved out from Houston to Austin, this girl invited me to this party. And she's like, oh, it's a magazine release party, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's talking about it. I look at the flyer. I'm like, oh, this shit looks tight. So I'm like, cool, let's check it out. We get there. It's not a magazine. It was a human influence event. It was the first human influence event. Nice. And it was at my homie, Omenihu's place. He's the founder. Let's check it out. And we were, like, it was just at his house. And he set up a stage inside of the living room. He had the office of the house, he emptied it out, and he had like art and clothes in there, and then outside there was another stage. This shit felt like a mini venue, but it was a house, and it was like super tight. It was like all super cool setup, and I saw him rap that night. I didn't even meet him that night. I was just like vibing with the homies, and then like the next day I like slid in the DMs. I was like, yo, let me take pictures of you. So I like went to his place. I didn't even ask him to take pictures. I was just like, yo, let's meet up. And I just happened to have my camera with me. and I took some pictures of him in the house next door that was abandoned.
What was your reasoning to meet up? Like, what were you gonna tell him when?
Because
when he was
so it goes back to like me in Houston after that meetup, that like inspired me to like
just reach out, start networking.
I
talking to people.
I started taking pictures and shit, and like I met a couple people there, and then I went to the second one and I met some really cool people there. I met a girl named Lita Styles. She's the sister of Bobby Earth. Bobby Earth is this like really dope singer and producer out of Houston. Well, I met Bobby but I met Bobby at this event that was like an art mixer that Lita put together with her friend V. And like I went to the shit, and it was a very similar vibe to what the Human Influence event was. This was at a bar. They had like clothes and art and dope ass music.
So the atmosphere just grabbed you, took hold of you.
That's before I even moved to Austin. So like I went there and I was like, oh, this is dope. I'm like
clicked again.
It was
boom.
I was like, shit, like this is super tight. So before I even had the idea to move to Houston, I was talking to V about like working together and shit. And I was this close to like working with that whole circle of people, and then I just moved to Austin, and it didn't happen. But as soon as I saw it, I was at the Human Influence event. I was like, oh shit!
You kind of had the momentum going. Kept the momentum going.
Made sense. As soon as I was there, I was like, oh shit! This is where I need to be at.
Oh.
So like next day, I just hit up Chris, like I was like, I fucking your ambition, brother. Let's link type shit. And I just ended up taking pictures with him, and then we ended up just like talking for hours and hours. We shot again like the next week, and we walked around downtown and just like took pictures and talked a lot. And we had very similar vision, same music taste. Like we understood each other. It was like crazy, like the how much we vibed. And then from that like month after that, I was part of Human Influence, like pretty much full on. So I was just at that time I was just doing like photography and like mostly photography for them and some like I would help at the events and shit.
Right.
But then they just grew to like I don't even do pictures anymore. I curate a lot of the music. I do the events, a lot of the events.
Right.
Like my home, like yeah, it's three of us. It's Henry Smith, Chris, and I.
Right.
And then we have like the homie James and a couple other homies that help us out with social media and some other stuff. But we're always like the ones that are full on. And they're the ones who founded Human Influence.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're a perfect fit. Like you came in, you were a go-getter. It just flowed.
It all worked.
So what's the goal? What's Human Influence looking to do? What are you guys hoping to? I mean, do you have a goal for the next year, 2 years? I mean, obviously you guys are throwing events around here.
Yeah, we're trying to be all over the country
of people
soon. Like expand to where we're doing events in every city, even if we're not in the city or like. And also like it's just we also want to work with big companies and like do like campaigns and stuff like that.
Right.
So you want to get bigger venues?
Huh?
Bigger venues?
Bigger venues are coming.
Bigger shows.
Right now we're not interested in bigger venues. Like we are.
It's that vibe. It's that small.
We're a fan of. It's not even about it being small. It's about like having asymmetrical venues. The cool thing about South by Southwest is that when you're at South by Southwest, this fucking warehouse that you didn't know existed is a wild ass venue when it's set up and the work is put in.
Right.
So like, it's a matter of like finding those places, get alcohol sponsorships, set up bar with TABC licensed bartenders, and like.
So what goes into like a production, like as far as like production value in a show? What is what goes into that?
It depends, man. Like the highest production value thing we've done 2 events that were really high production value. Was most recently being Omenihu's music video premiere, Dream Killers.
That's the one that you went to.
Yeah, we've actually put some footage up on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That one was at Originator Studios.
Okay.
It's this tiny little spot downtown, and it was
it's this dope. Originator Studios is like one of the dopest place in Austin.
The parking lot was a venue. Yeah. Then they went. It was crazy.
So Originator Studios. They're like they do a lot of video and sound. If I'm not wrong, They just do a lot of content there. There's a couple independent companies that are based out of that studio.
Does their stuff?
No. I'm not too sure. I mean, he's going through
Bad Robot or something.
Don't they associate? No. They associate with some smaller companies or some. Companies?
I mean, they went out. So when I found out about that place, I was with my homie Mike Melino, and he's done some work with Vice. And Vice hit him up while I was with him. We were taking pictures and hanging out and shit, and like the dude's like, "Hey, can you go to Originator Studios?" One of the videographer lives in Brooklyn, and he was in town, and that was like it was like super last minute, and he was like leaving the next day, so it was like then or it just wouldn't happen.
Okay.
So like they hit up Melina, and like they're like, "Yo, can you pull up?" So I'm driving, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll drive you. Let's go." So that's where I ended up meeting. I'm like the dude who was in a video for Vice, the people out of Originator Studios. We ended up talking about human influence, and they were interested, and it just worked. We have a really good relationship with them. We loved working with them, and they loved working with us. They let us fucking put a fucking car, an old ass oily ass Camry inside of their fucking white room where they record like crazy high quality videos like this. So like we just like the whole bringing the car inside of the studio. We stole the homie Henry took some parking things,
the blocks that are in parking lots, so you don't go into the next car. The blocks,
and like painting them the yellow and put human influence on them, and they were like by the car, and Omeni who performed on top of his car, and the car had like lights with smoke coming out of it.
It was like a set you would see like an award show where they have the pro. I mean, it was fantastic. It was put together so well. So my question was, they had like one of those big white canvases that go from the ceiling down. That wasn't your guys's? That was theirs?
No, that's theirs. And
they let you roll a car up in there?
Yeah, dude, they let us roll up a car. Like, they're the realest, bro. Like, you don't understand, like, how much love.
It was a legit studio. It was fucking crazy.
Like, yeah. Y'all should definitely check out Originator Studios, man. Like, they are the shit. If you do any music videos, anything, like, check them out. They're on the east side in Austin. They're super dope.
So with those events, what do you do like for just the set, for like a DJ set or something like that? What kind of production do you put into it?
So that event was the way we did it is so the studio used to be a body shop.
You're right.
Yeah. So it has a garage door, and like it's on. There's a parking lot right outside of it.
Okay. So
the parking lot, we set up a stage outside, and we had 3 of our friends perform. We had Mike Melino, Slim Gravy, and Pat G. And I was just like DJing, chilling with the homies outside the whole day. There was like performances, and people were just like drinking lemonade and some beers, and there was like merch and vendors outside. And then when it got dark, when it was Omenihu's set time, we just like we opened the door for the next stage of the event, which took it to a whole other level. So we were chilling in a parking lot.
Yeah, okay.
Next thing you know, we start acting a little sketchy. We all go in this room. We don't let anybody in. We're setting it all up. Yeah, shout out Topo Chico. They always sponsor our shit too.
Topo.
Yeah, shout out Topo Chico. So it was just it was super chill, like outdoors. And next thing you know, we opened this like what looked like a very high value production, which it really wasn't that expensive.
It's fucking so.
And there was like smoke coming out of the car with lights, and then we had projectors on each side with like the gas station that's in the music video. It was like a video loop, so you could see like the open sign flashing and people walking by. And on this side, it was just like a spinning visual. It was super tight.
So, like, what made y'all get into this type of production value? Was this Minihu's? I'm sorry, I'm probably Minihu's idea, or was this something that you guys came together about?
This idea in particular, the whole car part was like Henry Smith's idea.
Okay.
Yeah. But with all of our events, they all have some type of unique sense to them. Like a lot of Austin events feel the same, and I don't mean to throw shade. There's a lot of dope events, but I mean that's bound to happen in every city. Let's just say in general,
it's just a saturation. There's so many artists out
there. So
here.
like we always try to stand out. Like we did a Kanye West listening party for when the Life of Pablo dropped. That one was a huge risk because the album didn't really come out that day. they played at the movie theaters though, and they streamed it online, and like we threw this listening party where like we basically collected through Facebook and Craigslist like free big ass old TVs. We took like 15 of those. Shout out Alex Wilcox. He put in all demand work for that. And we built a DJ booth out of like 6 big TVs, and it was like a black room at the east side. We closed out the whole room. It was just like a black room with those 6 TVs that was the DJ booth, and they were all playing like staticky like Kanye footage. And then outside we had probably like 6 artists set up in a whole area selling Kanye inspired art, and then there was like TVs all over the venue playing footage. So that's like, it's so, we didn't pay for those TVs. We literally did not pay for anything.
It's the creativity.
It's
so put together so well.
And the Kendrick event, we did a Kendrick listening party for the recent album. We did it at Endress, a warehouse. There's like a warehouse on the east side. It's huge, but they have a lot of plants and shit. So cut like the DJ booth was like on like raised on a stage, and it was like
wrapped in plants.
It was wrapped in plants like all around, and
like a jungle film.
And we had like big projection on the back, like the whole big ass wall had I took the Humble music video, sped it up, made it black and white, and just made like Damn and Human Influence like flash back and forth on it, and it looked crazy.
Nice.
And we had two walls with projectors, and it looked really tight.
So if you want to just remind everybody about the event that's coming up, give kind of details about when it's going to happen, what's going to be involved, and maybe what someone can expect.
So this is actually what we like to call our easiest event.
Okay.
It's called a house party. It's the most straightforward thing we do.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely one of the people's favorites. See, sometimes it's simpler. Like, sometimes it's not even about, like, these crazy visuals. It's all about setting the right vibe. And I think that's also one of the things that sets us apart, is that I think our music taste is, like, in terms of 4 events and four environments, no matter if it's an art show or a super lit party, we know what to play for the people, and we know who plays that type of music, who performs that type of music, and we just know a lot of people in the city, so it's like very easy to just it's just all about taste, really, and like knowing what the people want. So this event is just like straightforward. It's called House Party. I'm gonna be hosting, I'm gonna be DJing all night, and I'm gonna just be bringing out guest performers. All surprises. I'm not announcing anybody.
Nice.
There's like hints on the internet here and there, if you're really like looking too hard.
If you're a follower,
an
active follower.
Yeah, there's like a couple hints, but like we're just
keeping it tight-lipped, not saying anything.
So, but the reason I'm doing this, I don't want it to lose the essence of a party. We throw a lot of shows. It's called a house party, so I'm gonna be DJing most of the night, just like.
It's not a show vibe. You're gonna have more of the, hey, everybody.
I'm just bringing out the homies.
Right.
To,
it's a party. It's a party.
Real quick, just like show off for a second, and then like nothing too heavily structured.
Right.
This is gonna be my 3rd event at 21st Co-op. Every time I do anything at 21st Co-op, it's nothing but love from the people who live there and from the people who come, and like people talk about it for months afterwards. Right. And it's crazy because we didn't even use projectors. We don't even use projectors at these. We usually have a big projection somewhere. This is just like straight up a dark room. There's not even a light on me. Like there's some light, barely, but like there's not even a light on me. It's just me playing vibes the whole night. Like the stage is filled with my homies the whole time, and we're just like chilling. And it's like playing music, and my homies are jamming out. And like when the hot shit comes on, when you're out with your homies and your song comes on, and y'all rap to each other and shit. It's the same thing, but I'm playing the music at this event that I put together, and everybody's like vibing out. It's like packed, and people are sweating and shit.
You did one back in September.
I did one back in September, and then one back in January. The first one was in September. It was my birthday show. That wasn't even under Human Influence. I just did a show called My Friends Are Talented. I had the Bishops perform. Shout out to the Bishops. They're about to be on ACL. My homies Toast Party, and anywho. And that was actually like my 2nd DJ set ever, and there was probably like 300 to 400 people. It was insane. I had the whole So this venue's like on a third floor.
Right.
So you can feel the floor bounce.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
I'm like DJing for the second time. I'm like fucking up. My transitions are ass, but everybody's like not noticing and just dancing and shit. And I'm like, oh. I was just like stoked, like playing the music on my homies. I'm like, oh shit, dog, this is happening. I'm like, yeah.
You were riding that wave.
Yeah,
that wave
it was like so that night, and that was my birthday party.
Right.
Like that was the most like nobody can tell me they had a legendary birthday party like that.
Perfect.
Like people cried. People,
yes.
People pulled out a gun. I'm not gonna talk on that. There was,
Don't
but like
condone
it wasn't inside of the co-op. It was like outside, like but people who were in there like later on, like
right.
I just heard through the grapevine. You know what I'm saying?
Every emotion was felt. Every
and that sucks. Like, dude, that
energy
cannot happen again, bro. Like,
no,
please don't
be stupid. Don't be fucking stupid.
Because then we can't
God
do this
damn
shit
it.
no more.
You can't ruining it for everybody.
And then the thing about that one is I didn't have any order. Like, it was literally just I threw the shit with no help, and like I was just like chilling. Like I was not going too hard about it, but I guess it's a lot of people, so next time more planning came into game. This was January. We did it with Human Influence. We had just like DJ said, we had my homie Rambi. He makes really dope music. He's a really dope producer. My homie Foray, DJ, and I DJ'd again there too. And that one had like 450 people, and it was crazy. But nothing too crazy happened. But it was just so good. Like it was a big success. So like, I'm hoping this one's gonna be dope too.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm teaming up with the Homicide When We're What Austin, and they're gonna help a little bit there.
Oh yeah,
nice. Well, how are they gonna help you? Or what are their?
I mean, they just give me the usual shout out. Those are the homies. Shout out Chris and Jose.
Nice.
Those are like my homies.
Austin.
Yeah, shout out When We're What Austin. You already know who they are. I'm not
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're looking to do is come in there and possibly assist in live streaming and putting out an audience that may not be able to be there.
Yeah, no, I'm super stoked, bro. Like that's all I've been thinking about ever since, like, especially stuff like that you're gonna have like the camera behind me. Like.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a couple different things and try and see what works. Bring, you talked about not having a lot of light. We're gonna try and bring in some light.
Fuck it, we're gonna make it happen.
Bring you in really into that light, but blow it up as big as
Bro,
possible.
there's some Home Depot shits, the ones that you can hang.
Oh yeah.
And then return them, bro.
Yeah. That's what's up.
That's a classic. That's how many who move.
Yeah.
Which is like what's helped Human Influence. Like, I'm sorry, dude, we're broke. Like, I don't mean to be a dickhead.
No, hey.
But like, we would get shit that was sometimes too expensive, but
right.
like we would use it and just return it the next day. We would make sure it was good, and like we weren't like hurting it.
Yeah.
Bro, it's fucking Walmart, bro. Like, they motherfuckers got money.
Yeah.
Right.
And they treat their employees like shit. Fuck Walmart.
Like shit.
So.
Yeah. Well, so we're talking about live streaming, and hopefully, what we'll see within that is like sharing it with you, sharing it with our follower base, and getting out as much of the awareness of what's going on here in Austin.
Yeah.
With that being said, we got the Human Influence coming up. Then 1 week after that, we're going to be doing a coverage of Outer Limits.
Yes.
Are you familiar with what's going on with Outer Limits?
No.
So it's like this EDM festival that's going on here in Austin. It's supposed to bring out some pretty under radar
a lot of local
artists are coming out there, and it's in a ballroom at the Monarch Ballroom. We're gonna go out there, do a couple different interviews and whatnot, kind of stay on the scene. Also, we're going to try and do that at the Human Influence event. Have some cameras out there in the field interviewing, seeing what people are up to. You know, what shenanigans people are getting into.
Yeah.
Getting good photos. Then maybe y'all will see some cool stuff after the event.
It's going to be a fucking blast. I'm so excited. And it's fucking awesome to have that just experienced it, because I mean, like you said, you have that vibe, that music. Are you playing some of your own stuff? Because I know recently you started doing your own music.
Yeah.
So how's that coming along, and are you going to be playing any of it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I got. I'm working on an EP, so I don't have a lot of music that I've never played in public.
Okay.
So I am probably going to be playing some music. But I don't want to give out too much about the event specifically because
it is fucking so
some
good.
Some cool things will happen.
It is so good.
Some cool things will happen.
It's gonna be fantastic.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah. For Austin Live and Local, that's us gonna be signing out. Check out the Human Influence event. That's on the
22nd this Saturday. Starts about 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Check the live stream out as well. We're gonna do we're gonna try and work out sharing it on both platforms. So
we're gonna get it all over. Yeah, we're gonna just put it up. We're gonna blast it out. Come back to the group, to the page.
Yep.
Tune in for the live feed.
Y'all stay classy.
And sassy. Yeah.